You have been standing in your yard, looking at the birds. But the birds have not been looking at the same yard you see. What a bird sees when it looks at your garden is entirely different. It is so different that calling it the same yard is almost misleading. There is a hidden world layered over the world you know. Colors that have no names in any human language exist there. Patterns on plants that look plain to you read like neon signs to them. A navigational map is written in the sky, waiting to be decoded. And the birds in your yard have been reading it all along. Welcome back to Backyard Bird Mind, where we explore the extraordinary. Today, we are going inside the visual experience of a wild bird. We will look at what neuroscience and optics tell us about their world. Stay until the end, as the final section will change how you see birds. First, let's talk about the fourth color that birds can see. Human beings are trichromats, seeing color through 3 types of cones. Birds are tetrachromats, capable of seeing colors we can't imagine. These cones are sensitive to red, green, and blue wavelengths. Our entire experience of color is built from these 3 signals. Every sunset, every red cardinal, is just a combination of these. But birds are tetrachromats, possessing 4 types of cone cells. Their 4th cone is highly sensitive to ultraviolet light. This light has wavelengths shorter than what humans can perceive. Without special equipment, ultraviolet light is completely invisible to us. This is not a subtle difference in color richness. It is an entirely additional dimension of visual information.
And these 2 can actually see it.
Researchers at Lund University have documented this incredible ability. They found that the UV channel creates entirely new color combinations. These colors have no human equivalent and no names. When a chickadee looks at your yard, it sees these hidden contrasts. The white snow of winter is not just white to a bird. It reflects UV light, revealing a completely different texture. The pale bark of a birch tree contains complex UV patterns. To you, the bark looks plain, but to a bird, it is intricate. This means you have never truly seen your own yard. You have only seen the 3-channel version of it. But the true yard has been visible only to the birds. Second, let's discover what a cardinal looks like to another cardinal. This is the fact that most people find hardest to believe. When you look at a male northern cardinal, you see bright red. The red is so vivid it almost looks painted on. It catches your eye from 40 feet away in the garden. You think you are seeing the cardinal at full intensity. You are not. The red plumage of a cardinal reflects ultraviolet light in patterns. To another cardinal, the male looks substantially more vivid. Its appearance is more complex and dramatically patterned. The UV component adds a layer of information invisible to us. Research shows that females use this UV brightness to select mates. UV brightness is a reliable indicator of health and genetic quality. So, females are not just choosing the reddest male they see. They are choosing the male with the strongest UV signature. The cardinal you have watched for years is more spectacular than you know. What you experience as breathtaking is actually a muted version. And this applies to all the birds visiting your yard. The house finch, the goldfinch, the bluebird, all have UV patterns. Every bird you find beautiful is even more stunning in UV. You have only been admiring a shadow of their true beauty. Third, let's look at the invisible map on your garden flowers. The UV vision of birds is not just for finding mates. It also changes how they interact with the entire garden. The flowers in your yard look beautiful to your eyes. But under UV light, they reveal hidden patterns for birds. These patterns are entirely invisible to human eyes. They feature lines pointing directly toward the center of the flower. The rings highlight the pollen, showing where the nectar is. To a bird, your garden is covered in clear visual signage. The plain yellow coneflower is not plain to a hummingbird. It has clear directions printed on its petals in UV. The black-eyed Susan has a landing marker directing the bird. This ensures the bird finds the reward quickly and efficiently. Researchers at Queen Mary University studying these UV patterns.
Chirp, chirp. Cheep, cheep.
They found that these nectar guides are highly functional signals. They evolved specifically to be visible to pollinators, not humans. This means your native plants are communicating constantly with birds. They are saying, "Come here, land here, the reward is here." Every hummingbird and goldfinch reads this communication fluently. Your garden is far more active and informative than you realized. Fourth, let's explore how birds see the Earth's magnetic field. This is where bird vision becomes truly mind-bending. Some birds can actually see the magnetic field of the Earth. They do not just feel it or detect it, they see it. It is integrated directly into their normal field of vision. Research into avian magnetoreception has provided strong evidence. Migratory songbirds use a chemical mechanism in their eyes. This mechanism is based on light-sensitive proteins called cryptochromes. The magnetic field triggers reactions in these proteins in the retina. This produces a visual overlay indicating magnetic direction. It helps you find your way. A research team in Germany confirmed this light-dependent sensing. This means the birds are perceiving magnetic lines as visual cues. For a robin landing on your lawn, this is its compass. It has navigated thousands of miles using this built-in guide. It reads a map printed in the magnetic field of the planet. Imagine flying north in the darkness of night, guided by this view. The stars above and the magnetic overlay below guide the way. It is a visual cue to magnetic north, clear as a compass needle. The birds visiting your yard are truly global navigators. They see the geography of the continent through advanced eyes. Fifth, let's look at how their eyes are physically built. The physical structure of a bird's eye is uniquely sophisticated. Birds have a much higher density of photoreceptors than humans.
Wow, that's incredible. Can you see that?
A human retina has about 200,000 receptors per millimeter. But some raptors have up to 1 million receptors.
Hi, some Mill died that. I died that.
This gives them incredibly sharp visual acuity and detail. A chickadee can resolve fine details that are invisible to you. It sees the texture of bark from a great distance. It can spot tiny insects hidden among the leaves easily. Birds also have a second fovea in most species. While humans have one fovea, birds have two. This gives them high-resolution vision in two directions at once. They can watch for predators while searching for food below. Birds also have a second fovea in most species. Furthermore, their total field of view is much wider. While humans see 180 degrees, many birds see 300 degrees. They can see almost all the way behind themselves. This makes it nearly impossible for anything to surprise them. Birds also have colored oil droplets in their photoreceptors. These droplets act as precise filters for different wavelengths. They fine-tune the 4-channel color system beautifully. This allows birds to distinguish between very similar shades. The result is a color vision system of unmatched precision. Sixth, let's see what your bird feeder looks like to them. To you, the feeder is just a simple container of seeds. The seeds look brown, muted, and mostly identical. But to a bird, the feeder is a vibrant landscape of data. Many seeds reflect UV light in distinct, bright patterns. A sunflower seed and a millet seed look very different to them. One might shine brightly, signaling high fat and freshness. The feeder itself also displays complex UV reflections. Weathering and mold on the wood are clearly visible in UV. A feeder that looks clean to you might look dirty to a bird. Birds are constantly inspecting the quality of your feeder. They assess the freshness of the seed through their advanced eyes. The birds returning to your yard are making an informed choice. They know your yard is a reliable and high-quality source of food. You have been passing a strict visual inspection every single day. Seventh, let's look at what you look like to the birds. Human skin reflects ultraviolet light in unique patterns. These patterns are completely invisible to us, but clear to birds. Your face and hands look highly detailed and patterned to them. The person gardening in the sun looks different from spring to summer. Your skin's UV signature changes with sun exposure and sunscreen. The hands refilling the feeder have a familiar UV pattern. This helps birds recognize you as a friendly individual. When a chickadee lands on your hand, it knows exactly who you are. It has memorized your unique UV facial signature over time. You have a UV face, and the birds have been seeing it all along. Finally, let's reflect on what all of this truly means. Every observation you have made in your yard has a deeper meaning. The cardinal you admired was far more spectacular than you saw. The flowers you planted were covered in maps you couldn't read. The migrating birds navigated using a compass you cannot perceive. The birds recognized you using details you can never see. The yard you built exists in a larger, richer universe. You have been building a sanctuary in a world beyond your senses. And the birds have been enjoying its full beauty every single day. This is the true wonder of the backyard bird mind. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode.
जी मुनगड़ी भमायरे वानिंडीरी दार तात्वारा टीरेडसी मलिनिडी गान